Welcome to Emotional Pull, where every story touches your heart and twists your mind. Today, we're diving into a tale that's as shocking as it is romantic. She was 25 years old, but her mind seemed to be stuck at the age of 5. So, when the city's youngest and most ruthless billionaire was forced to marry her, the entire world pointed and laughed. It was the joke of the century, but what no one knew, not a single soul, was that she was pretending the entire time. Before I reveal how this childish bride completely turned the stone-cold CEO's world upside down, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure you have your popcorn ready. Trust me, this story is deliciously ironic. Let's meet our leading man, Adrian Cole. At 29, he was a cold-hearted CEO who had built an empire from scratch. He had everything he could ever want: money, power, respect, everything. That is, except his own freedom. His dying grandfather, the man he owed everything to, left him one bizarre, non-negotiable condition in his will: marry the daughter of my best friend, or you will lose every single thing you've worked for. Adrian was furious, but he had no choice. When he finally met Leela, his supposed fiancée, he was utterly speechless. She wasn't just quirky, she seemed to be living in a completely different reality. She would giggle with delight at floating soap bubbles, get lost coloring on dinner napkins with crayons, and clap her hands with pure joy every time a bird flew past the window. The high society whispers started immediately. Poor Mr. Cole, forced to marry a child trapped in an adult's body. What a tragedy for such a powerful man, but Leela was far, far more than what she seemed. At first, Adrian did what he did best. He tried to ignore her. He'd lock himself away in his massive home office, burying his frustration in piles of financial reports and contracts. But Leela was like his sweet, innocent, and incredibly persistent shadow. She'd follow him around the mansion, singing nursery rhymes, giggling at nothing in particular, and even decorating his sleek, expensive laptop with colorful smiley face stickers. He saw her as a beautiful, frustrating, walking disaster. Then came the night that changed everything. Adrian was walking past her room, ready to tell her to quiet down, when he overheard her voice. But it wasn't the high-pitched, childish tone he was used to. It was smooth, confident, and she was speaking fluent French. He froze, listening closer. She wasn't just speaking French, she was on the phone, flawlessly analyzing complex stock market trends and predicting corporate takeovers with a mind sharper than any of his top investors. The child was a genius. It turns out the whole act was a desperate, brilliant plan. Her loving father had faked her condition for years to protect her from greedy, vultures-like relatives who were scheming to get their hands on her massive inheritance. And this arranged marriage, it wasn't just his grandfather's dying wish. It was her father's masterstroke to keep her safe by placing her with someone powerful enough to protect her, even from himself. But now Adrian knew the truth. And he didn't feel relief, he felt pure rage. He felt like the world's biggest fool. He confronted her the next morning, his voice trembling with fury. But Leela didn't flinch. She didn't cry or retreat into her childish persona. Instead, she looked him straight in the eye, a small, knowing smile playing on her lips. "I only acted foolish," she said calmly, "because that's what people expect from a woman they think they can control." In that moment, Adrian saw her for the first time. He saw the incredible strength, the sharp intelligence, and the defiant courage in her eyes. And in that single, breathtaking moment, he fell for her harder and faster than he ever thought possible. Months later, they weren't just a married couple. They were the most unstoppable power duo the city had ever seen. The childlike bride and the heartless CEO who, thanks to her, finally learned how to smile. Their story became a legend, a quiet reminder to never, ever judge someone by how the world describes them. Because sometimes the quietest minds are the ones playing a game of chess while everyone else is still playing checkers. If this story gave you chills or made you grin from ear to ear, do us a favor and drop a heart emoji in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that hit your heart with an unforgettable twist. Coming up next, she married a poor janitor until he walked into the boardroom as her new boss. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.